Good morning. Now this isn't the main part of the video, but I did go to Aldi this morning and I thought it'd probably be a good idea to do a little show you what's in my shopping basket video today. I don't have an Aldi that close to where I live, but where Laura lives there's one literally just down the road and it is cheap. Like really, really cheap. You get like packs, 1.5 kilos of chicken for about £9. And all this shopping here was £62. So I'll get this unpacked and I'll take you through it. This should give you a reasonable example of what I eat on a kind of a weekly basis, or something what me and Laura eat on a weekly basis. And I found Aldi just so much cheaper. Like I said, it's £62 for all this. It's really good. I have divided each one up into different sections. So the first section is kind of have the health section, if you will. So just a large variety of vegetables. There is kale missing on there because I do prefer this stuff called black kale, or Cavallo Nero, I think is exactly how you pronounce it. Excellent kale, really tasty, that one. I don't quite like the curly kale as much. So yeah, that's the only bit that's missing, but everything else there is exactly what we would normally have. Things like sort of spinach, broccoli, miniature sort of stir-fry packs because I am massive on convenience. And just a reasonable plethora there of stuff. Laura's got a casserole dish that she's going to make later on, so we've got things like peppers and onions and whatnot as well. Then we move into the sort of protein dairy section. Like I said, chicken breast at Aldi is super, super cheap. So we picked up sort of 2 packs of that. We'll freeze one and then use the one during this week. Probably get through most of it. A lean pack of mince for that casserole that Laura's going to be cooking later on in the week. I then move on to the Greek yogurt section. Now that fage or fage or whatever, however Greek yogurt you pronounce it, is actually quite expensive. But I found an alternative from Aldi, which is they don't have like the 2% version, so you don't get like kind of the benefit of sort of a bit of fat and a bit of low fat, if that makes sense. But I found their one really, really nice. So what I do is I take the 0% one and the full fat version and do like a half and half. So I'll do 125 grams of one, 125 grams of the other. And it tastes really nice. Their granola is also very, very tasty, etc. And I'll use the berries from the sort of health section to add on to there. And then we have milk, because we drink a lot of milk in sort of coffee and oats and all that kind of stuff. Oh, oats aren't on there because I've got loads of oats. I mean, I'm Scottish. It's basically a currency over there. And that's kind of our protein section. There is chorizo there, but that's more for the stock thing that we're doing. And then we've got the carbohydrate section, and that sort of consists of things like wraps for fajitas, rice, again a massive on convenience, and if they're on offer or cheap, those Tilda microwavable rice packs are really, really good and really tasty. I got the brown rice, wild rice version just because it was cheap. That's basically why. And then the other sections I have are, I suppose it's a bit ridiculous, but not health section or more processed section. Zero Diet Coke, just because I like something sweet to drink with some meals. And those Sprite Zeros, we found them in America, and then Aldi had got them. So we bought them. And then a coffee bean thing I'm going to try. But what you can largely see is it's very unprocessed to a certain extent, just because that's how I eat, or how we eat. You know, I love Laura because she loves vegetables. There's obviously more to do with that, but there's more than that in just our relationship. But she loves vegetables, and that's wonderful. And we both love vegetables, and we like to eat lots of them and prepare them and stuff. So that's just kind of normal habits. The only junk food that we normally have in the sort of the cupboard and stuff might be some biscuits, but they'll probably be left over from years previous. And I typically try and buy processed food like that on the go if I do want it, rather than having it in the cupboards and I'm just eating it out of boredom. I prefer to have food that I'm actually going to have to make an effort to prepare and consciously think about what I'm going to eat. Anyway, I'm going off topic a little bit. That's the grocery shopping done. It's not the main part of the video, but I hope you liked it. Filming that first scene was shocking. Camera angles, setups, all sorts of things. But anyway, I'll catch up with you. I'll catch up with you later. Today's video, I did say it wasn't necessarily about me doing my shopping at Aldi. I've got something a little bit deeper and a little bit more interesting that I kind of thought about and talked about maybe previously in old videos. But it's about finding your passion or doing what you love. Most people might relate this kind of like do what you love or do what you're passionate about thing to sort of your job or your career and whatnot. And I'm kind of in a lucky position where I do love what I do and I am passionate about it, but not all the time. Not a good angle. And this does relate to the gym in some sort of sense. And I'm going to get to that as the day progresses and try and talk about that idea of, you know, you should be passionate about what you do. You should love what you do. I kind of think it's a bit, it's not right. You don't have to do what you're passionate about. You don't have to love what you do necessarily to be happy as such or feel fulfilled. But like I said, I'll get to that. It's lunchtime now and I'm probably going to have one of my favorite protein bars that I found recently. It's very good.
Welcome. I want to welcome everybody. Yeah. Left turns, right on my back. Can't slow down, gotta stay in attack. It just rained and I missed the mist. Key in the ignition and I twist my wrist. Think about this girl I'm no longer with. She was my missus cause her presence a gift. Now I feel regret cause she gone and I'm pissed. To call me the rep and I'm ready to ship.
Right, now off to work time. I forgot to mention that protein bar was incredible. And there's James, you can't see him down there unfortunately. That protein bar was awesome, really, really nice. PhD Smart Bar, white chocolate, awesome choice. I'm now gonna try and do 127.5, 4 sets of 7. Got the belt on, first time in a while, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, I'll put you down. There we go. Oh, nice.
That's what I was hoping you was going to like pan around to me, not to be like that. I did enjoy your cameo of Johnny's face on the last Easter video, where it's just like vlog coming out later and then just the
shitty technical issue with the gimbal thing. I'm gonna have to look at that later. Anyway, 127.5, pretty easy-ish. 3 more sets of 4, and then I'm getting onto this thing I've been talking about today in terms of like doing what you love. Well, good morning, and it is the next day because I had a bit of an issue with this camera, so I had to stop filming and do something else, so that kind of sucked. But I'm going to finish what I was talking about. Going to the gym, and when I started going to the gym, I kind of started because I wanted to like look bigger and be like a world's strongest man, or that was kind of the main reason I started when I was like 15 or 16, and it slowly became better and better, and I became good at it, and to a certain extent, I've competed highly in natural bodybuilding, I've competed highly in powerlifting, so I've kind of like mastered it a little bit in the sense of training and body composition and strength and all that kind of thing. And this mastery, if you will, or becoming good at something, has kind of transpired into a passion, something that I really enjoy, and I do enjoy going and doing and kind of doing what I love. But equally, it's taken a lot of time of not enjoying it. And I'll get that where people will be like, oh, it must be so amazing to do what you love and to be passionate about it. But in reality, it's been 15 years of training and failing and being successful to being where I am now. And that's where people see me at. They see me now, not what I was a number of years ago when I was just slogging it out and trying it and see if I could get it right and failing and then getting it right and then failing and then getting it right. And then now I feel really happy and I do feel passionate and I'm in love with what I do. So don't think that when you go to the gym, you should love it and you should love it all the time and you should be passionate about it. And if you're not, then you're a failure, because that's not the case. Just keep working at it. Keep going through the motions, get some good instruction, get good advice from individuals, and you'll eventually probably enjoy it because you're good at it. Or at least better than you were. So that's kind of my point. Or certainly hopefully I'm kind of getting to my point. That passion is really the side effect of mastery. Basically, being good at something means you'll like it. And that can even go on to be into other stuff, like having a job that you're passionate about or that you love. And I think that's almost a bad thing, to try and think that you should find your passion and you should find your love before even considering being really good at something. Just a kind of thought for the day, I suppose. But I'm glad I got this finished. Hope you liked the earlier part about the whole shopping thing. It gives you an idea of what I'm eating at the moment. I did have a Domino's the other day, which is it's tasty, but it's never as good as you fantasize about it, is it? Really, never. Yeah, you go, oh, Domino's. Oh, I love a Domino's. And then you finish it, and you're like, I just feel a bit fat. So yeah, but anyway, I had that craving, I just ate it. All done. Today is a little bit of an admin day. I'm in my jogging bottoms and chilling out doing my thing. I am lucky in that position, you know, when I preface and I talk about this whole passion thing. I've worked hard to get to where I am and I'm really lucky to be where I am, and it's kind of worked out quite well and I'm enjoying it. So that also makes it more enjoyable to coach people online, and even for my one-to-one clients that I really enjoy working with, so that's part of it. But anyway, again, I'm rambling. I'm always rambling at the end of these videos. It's shocking. Gonna get this edited, get this uploaded. Hope you've enjoyed it. Again, as always, likes and comments are very much appreciated for the effort that I put into these videos. And I'll catch you on Sunday, 5 PM, for the third installment of this week. Might go into London. Laura's got some hen do thing that I'm not invited to. Oh well. Vlog 15 is done.
Look up, penthouse views look flashy. Pondering my life and if I'll ever make it. Yards of success for the money that I'll rake in. Dotted lines in front and behind me. Looking for a dotted line, hoping for a signing.